Thank you, Josie, for your prayer. I'm going to start the week before Christmas. Well, I'll even say this before that. There is so many people that will say to you, how you feeling today? And you just say fine. Well, it's not quite that way all the time. So, I'm going to start out the week before Christmas. I got cellulitis. The nurse at the home said, go to the hospital. I was in there for 6 days and came home. Everything seemed to be going fine. Until February the 18th. Then on the other foot, I only had one toe that was red. I again called the nurse, or my wife did, and she came down and looked at it. It was a cold night. And she said, you've got to get to urgent care. So, my wife and I went to urgent care, and he said, you got cellulitis too. So, I had just got a prescription of the same thing as what the doctor had ordered for me to take, and so I had that to start taking, or take. And he said it should take care of it, not to worry. So then on March the 1st, I went to my podiatrist, and she looked at the toe, and she took her little knife and was scraping around it, couldn't figure it out. And she said, she wondered if I had an appointment with the doctor another time. I said, no. She said, I want to see you back in 2 weeks. I want to see what this looks like. So I went back in 2 weeks, and I went back in 2 weeks after that. And then she changed my medication, and she said, now when this is over, if it's still red, you call me and we're going to do something else. So, Good Friday. I wanted to come to the service here for Good Friday service, and it was just about too much. I hardly made it to the car that night. We got home, and I said to ma'am, I don't think I'm going to bed right away. I don't think it's going to do any good. I'm not ready for that. So, I went to bed about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I was that cold that I was pretty sure that the fillings in my teeth were going to come out. So, she put a never heavy blanket on the bed, and I finally did go to sleep. And when I got awake, I was sweating. I mean, it was bad. I was just completely soaked. So, I said I was going to the bathroom. I made it there. And then she come over and she said, do you think you're going to make it back to bed? I said, well, I sure hope so. I managed to get standing up, and then I hung on to the sink. And I'm glad they had that fast and good, because I thought it was gonna come off the wall. And she got a chair and set me down on that, or I got set on that. And then again, she called the nurse. I don't remember the nurse coming. I don't remember the ambulance. I've said to her since, you know, how did they get me out of there? Well, she doesn't remember that either. I do remember pushing me on the ambulance, that these two girls grabbed a hold of the gurney and zipped me on, and that's the last time I remember that. And when I woke up at the hospital, Bob was standing there. And I said, where'd you come from? By that time, two nurses come in the room, and one walked on one side of me, and the other walked on the other side. They said, just give me your arms. And they both started drawing blood at the same time. I said, I don't think there's enough in there for both of them. So, they each took 4 units. That was just the start of it, but I mean, they'd done it all day long. It at least it seemed that way. And I had hurt so bad when I was on Friday, before I came down here to church. My joints were all sore, my wrists, my ankles, I could hardly walk on them. So anyhow, then on Saturday, the first thing I remember was Bob, standing there. Then if I keep my paper straight here. And I looked at my bands on my arm, and on my left arm, there was a brown band. And I said to Bob, what's that for? He said, Dad, turn it around, take a look at it. So I did. And I said, what does them letters mean? He said, well, it was DNR. Well, yes, I remember signing papers, do not resuscitate. But let me tell you, that sent a chill right up my backbone. I thought, well, was I that bad? Sunday morning, I got away. All the pain was gone. I moved my feet, the ankles didn't hurt. I thought, boy, this is quite a place. Whatever they got here, I liked the whole idea. So, the nurses said on Sunday evening, there's a chance you probably could go home tomorrow. Well, Diane and Greg came in to see me Sunday evening. And Diane says, let me see that tub. So she got down and she looked it over. She said, now I'm going to tell you one more thing. Don't you let any nurse, any doctor, come in here without looking at that. Because she said, if it gets into the bone, you could lose your toe, you could lose your foot. And I go, oh, okay. So I took her at her word, and I made everybody look at it. There was only one doctor that, all day long, that he finally said, well, I'm going to send you for an MRI. So they took me straight down to that. And I've been in a lot of MRIs in the last couple of years. But this was the top of the whole bunch of them. It was a great big machine. It looked like it came out of a battleship. the two guys that were down there doing it, they were professionals. They were dressed just ordinary clothes, but they knew what they were doing. And anyhow, they got me on this board and they run me in part way. Of course, they only wanted my foot to take the pictures of. And I was laying there looking up. And the ceiling was cut out, and it looked like it was a foot or two above it, and it looked like trees. And if I looked one way, it looked like I could see the leaves blowing. If I looked on the other side, I could see the leaves blowing. And so when they were finished, I said to this one guy, when he come in and got me and brought me out, I said, tell me, was that ceiling, is there air moving up there? And he just laughed at me. He goes, no, what you were laying on, that board was shaking. And that's how you were visualizing it. So, the nurse came in on Tuesday morning and said, the doctor will see you. The doctor didn't show up to 7:20 that evening, and I said to him, there's no way they're going to do anything for a couple of days if they do anything. And he came marching in the room, and a very nice guy, he said, I know what's wrong with you. I said, Doc, you didn't even look at my foot. He goes, I didn't have to look at your foot. I looked at the MRI. I go, oh. He said, the toe, the bone is infected now. And I said, what are we going to do about it? He said, you've been on the medication so long, we know that doesn't work. So you have one choice. He said, you can refuse to get your toe off, or you're probably going to lose up to your knee because you have a knee replacement. I said, how quick can you do it? He said, tomorrow morning at 9:30. I go, wow. I didn't have a whole lot of time to think about that one. And they took me down early. And I said to him, why, how did I get early? He said, well, I don't know, someone wasn't there, but anyhow, I got bumped up an hour. I went to the operating room, I saw the clock, it was 9:05. Why, I just was looking for that. By that time, some guy was behind me, which I didn't know. He said, I'm just going to give you a little ether and put a thing down over my nose. Well, that's the last I saw of anything. I never had any pain after that. None whatsoever. I came home on Friday then, the 26th. I am so grateful to my Lord and Savior that He allows doctors, nurses, whatever, gives them the ability to figure out what's wrong with you. So I'm just saying, I was laying in bed one night after I got home, and it came to me that how many more chances am I going to get? I don't know. But I had a chance this time of recovering from it. I know I was awful glad when I was able to cut that band off my arm. Signing the papers wasn't bad. It was more when it was put on there that you knew nobody else was going to do anything. So, and I still think that way. But I just think the pastor for all the work that he does. Because at least I can say right now, I only have a couple stitches in. I gotta wait another week yet and to get the rest out. They took half of them out on Thursday, and the other half comes out in 2 weeks. So I just want to thank you for listening to it, and I give the praise to God for the whole thing. Thank you.